Hey there, welcome to FarmCraft. I've got two chainsaw chains here. Both of these have good, properly sharpened teeth. They're both nice and sharp. This one won't cut worth a darn. This one cuts great. At the end of this video, you're going to understand why.
It all started with the roar of an excavator and the promise of simple country living. A man, a farm, and a camera capturing the dream of self-reliance. FarmCraft101 was more than just another YouTube channel. It was a digital escape into mud, machines, and the freedom of the wild. But behind the hum of engines and the calm voice guiding millions through how-to projects, something darker was brewing. Something the videos never showed. Because sometimes what looks like a story about building a life off the land is really a story about how that very dream began to fall apart. Meet FarmCraft101, the channel's tagline. Living on a farm, I have become a jack of all trades. I'll post any darn video that I feel like. On its face, it's simple and appealing. A guy building, restoring, homesteading, and farming. Heavy machinery, tree removal, sawmills. Viewers click because they admire the work. They suspect they could learn something. Maybe feel a little vicarious DIY pride. The rise was gradual but steady. Created in February 2016, by 2025, the statistics show hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Estimates 613K plus. He picked videos with big appeal. How to chainsaw like a boss. This could save your life. I bought a massive excavator, Case 170B, became a landmark upload. The channel grew because, at its core, it delivered on the promise of rugged, self-reliant, machine-lean homesteading. It hit a cultural sweet spot. People who dream of working with their hands, cutting trees, running a farm, and restoring equipment. For the audience, the narrative is, here's someone living the dream. Maybe I can too. The creator becomes not just a DIY channel host, but a guide, personality, and a kind of lifestyle brand. And the viewer buys in, they subscribe, click the affiliate links, they buy merch. Indeed, one video description unabashedly lists merch store, Patreon, Amazon affiliate storefront, buy me a coffee. But then the story begins to crack. There are tensions. In one thread on Reddit, a viewer wrote, Cody seems like he desperately wants to be a cult leader by referring to his subscribers as his beloved and calling his assistant his manservant. The guy is super cringy and gives me David Koresh vibes. That user added, he is a very convicted person. Unfortunately, his convictions align with the most baseless, brain-dead conspiracy theories in the known universe. I noticed him getting more and more extreme about a year and a half ago. A second viewer writes, I had to explain to some of my co-workers about how this guy spreads dangerous conspiracy theories, and they didn't notice until I pointed it out. These are red flags: charisma, community, influence, but also change, perhaps radicalization, or perhaps a shift. It invites the question, is this still a simple homesteading channel or something else in motion? What are we really watching? Here's where the hidden tragedy emerges. Not in a single blow, but in the layering of unchecked ambition, audience engagement, risk, and perhaps missing transparency. The creator purchases a massive excavator, the Case 170B, and triumphantly declares it a game changer. But owning heavy equipment is one thing. Maintaining, operating, repairing it safely, and dealing with cost/time, those are another. In a video titled, How Not to Fix a Cracked Boom on a Large Excavator, we see the risks. The glamorous impression of big machines belies bleeding costs, downtime, mechanical failure, perhaps frustration, and even injury risk. The tragedy isn't necessarily dramatic. It might be quiet, functional. The viewer tries to replicate, fails. The creator shows the fix, but the narrative glosses over the full cost. That gap, what's shown versus what's hidden, is fertile ground for disappointment. Another layer, the commercial nature of the channel. Affiliate links, merch, sponsorship codes, promo code FarmCraft. The viewer watches what seems like genuine how-to, but also becomes part of a funnel. Educational content and marketing content start to merge. If you trust this creator to teach you how to run a farm project, are you getting independent information or entertainment with a profit motive? That ambiguity may affect trust, and when trust cracks, the fall can be steep. Then there's the identity question. We know the channel is run by someone named John, but his full identity, background, farm size, and business structure remain vague. As viewers, we want authenticity, yet there's a partial veil. And while that's normal, it becomes noteworthy when the creator builds a community of beloved followers and uses emotionally charged language. The more intimate the connection, the more responsibility the creator has for truth, clarity, and transparency. This isn't saying wrongdoing, it's saying tension. And tension is the seed of tragedy, because when the viewer believes they're following the honest path of a man and his machines, and then the creator shifts into marketing mode or conviction mode or aims for something bigger than he originally planned, the viewer may feel misled. When the risk of equipment is understated, cost of lifestyle is hidden, and when the slogan, "Jack of all trades," becomes more brand than reality, then the dream becomes fragile. Let's walk through the fallout. Viewers observing the shift say they used to be fans. That's telling. Admiration turned into discomfort. The comment, "I noticed him getting more and more extreme," turns into, "I had to explain how this guy spreads dangerous conspiracy theories." That's a change in perception, from trusted host to someone suspect. When the audience begins to question, loyalty fractures, and a community built on trust feels betrayal. That's an emotional tragedy, when what you believed in no longer resonates. For the creator, the emotional cost could be heavy too. The grind of heavy equipment, week after week videos, audience expectations, merchandise and affiliate pressure. This bears weight. The videos seldom show the burnout, nights when the machine fails, and the personal toll. But we infer, the bigger the machine, the more complex the job, and the bigger the brand, the heavier the expectation. The machine becomes a symbol of success, audience, and of identity. What happens when the symbol fails? What happens when the budget overruns or the repair sets you back months? The fall may be subtle but real, of morale, authenticity, and creative freedom. For the audience, the aftermath is mixed. Some stick around, still enjoy the content and learn. Others drift away, disappointed. The comment threads reflect that split. FarmCraft101 is a great channel, says one. But another, "The guy is super cringy, gives me David Koresh vibes." Dire language. The gulf between admiration and wariness occurs when the creator's tone shifts. Less how-to and more "look at me, worship the brand, trust my way." The tragedy, loyalty doesn't insulate you from change. What remains unresolved? Lots. What are the true financials of running such a channel plus heavy equipment operation? How much of the homesteading is practical for the average viewer, and how much is staged or scaled for YouTube? What responsibility does the creator bear? And what responsibility do viewers bear to question, verify, and think critically? Here is the final reflection. Watching a channel like FarmCraft101 can feel inspiring and empowering. But you must remember, you're seeing a highlight reel. The machines hum, trees fall, and the trailer loads, but behind the scenes might be late nights, budget strain, mechanical disasters, emotional fatigue, not just for the creator, but for the viewers who mirror the dream and assume it's replicable. And when a creator becomes both guide and marketer and community leader, the lines blur. What we hope is real life may become show life, and that shift carries cost. As whispers grow and questions mount, one thing is certain: the story of FarmCraft101 is far from over. Will the creator come forward to clear the fog surrounding his sudden change in tone and mysterious shift in content? Or will the silence deepen, leaving fans to piece together their own version of the truth? With every new upload, viewers hover between fascination and doubt, waiting to see if FarmCraft101 will reclaim its roots or spiral further into controversy. The next chapter could either redeem the dream or expose just how fragile it always was. But at its heart, FarmCraft101 was supposed to be about creation, crafting something lasting with your own two hands. But maybe the real lesson is in how quickly the line between inspiration and illusion can blur. Behind every click, like, and every piece of merchandise, there's a human story. one built on effort, ambition, and sometimes quiet collapse. So as we watch the dust settle over that once idyllic farm, we're left to ask ourselves, were we witnessing a man building his dream or watching it slowly come undone right before our eyes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.